And the Rebels win again. They were somewhere between a 9-point and 11.5-point favorite. Emotional game. Odom got all worked up during the week, I think. He seemed to. He gave kind of a snappy answer at the coaches show about a Hawaii DC saying, we'll have more fans there. And I don't know, he took it personally. And they wound up winning the Pineapple Trophy. They were in control most of the game. The deep shots are a little troubling. They got to get that fixed the next couple of weeks. But you now have an expectation, and the schedule gets a lot better from here. But you have an expectation going into games. You're like, yeah, they're going to score some points. Three games in a row, 40-plus points for UNLV football. That's a change.
Yeah, it's big. I mean, when I talk about the team, I always reference, the past, and I feel bad about that, but it's just true. They look like a real football team. They practice like a real football team. They appear to be a real football team.
I think Odom wanted to snap today at the Monday press conference, and I'll have to put this out at some point on video. Someone brought up the fact that, hey, you guys were 4-1 last year. A lot of the guys were part of a 4-1 team last year, and I think he's kind of getting tired about hearing about the past. And he said it nicely, but he's like, we have 55 new players.
Yeah. And
then you want him to be like, F last year, I'm the coach now. It's different. But he's not going to do that.
It's me and that guy.
Yeah. One of your favorite guys.
Sure.
Yes.
But it's a different. I understand it's 4-1, and it's a lot of people saying, they were 4-1 last year, they fell apart, they're going to fall apart again this year. It's not the same 4-1. They just watch. They don't make the same dumb decisions. They don't have somebody who has no idea what they're doing on the sideline. They actually play football, and you say, oh yeah, look, this looks like a college football team.
You thought the last couple of years at Arroyo was very, I don't want to say rookie or amateurish, but was light on game day knowledge and decisions.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it with these guys.
No, it doesn't.
And it also doesn't. I'm going to go back to a theme that we can talk about at least 10 different coaches now and in the past. When you're the head coach, hire coordinators and let them do their job. So to Brandon Staley, stop calling the defense, okay? And to your guy Hackett last year, that was stupid. You didn't need to run the offense. You're not even a head coach yet. Really, you got to be a head coach. And here in town, to Josh McDaniels, I think you got to get an OC that either let Mick call the plays. You got to be a head coach. And actually, Odom, I talked about this last week on the coaches show, talked about delegation, and he's like, we've talked about this before. He said it nicely, but his answer was great. He's like, there is so much I'm going to paraphrase, there's so much going on in front of me in the game. That's where my team needs me. So I can't be running back to the bench to give motivational speeches. I can't be micromanaging the offense and the defense. And you can tell it's not micromanaged. Everything is thought out, and he's letting those guys coach those units.
He is, and it's also it's not the full reason, but it's also part of it. It's part of the case I made in a column I wrote about analytics last week. Of look, it appears that many coaches are clueless on the sideline. Clueless, they're not. You don't get to that point having no idea what you're doing in terms of managing clock and all those things. One of the reasons analytics is so important to me is that in a game, there's 18 million things happening, and we say 40 seconds for a play clock. You have 6 seconds to make a decision. It's make a decision. 6 seconds. So it helps to have a formula that says, this is the decision you should make in this situation. That's why, to me, analytics is so important, because there's so many other factors on you as a coach. And I'd say that because, to your point, a coach needs to there's so many things a coach needs to do. You can't also be thinking about what play you're going to call. Those things become very difficult, and it's why you see a lot of coaches make incredibly stupid decisions. Mm-hmm. And why I also made the case, and I saw a study about this, professional Madden players are much better at it than NFL coaches. And that's also the poker theory, right? Which is, back in the day, poker players, they'd sit at a table for hours and hours and play a game, right? A online player would be seeing 20, 30, 40 times more hands. So they have that much more experience. A Madden player is doing this over and over. They've seen this game situation 20 times. They know exactly what to do. They know how to manage the clock. They know how to run it down. They know when to score, when not to score, all those things. An NFL coach might have only seen it once. It is a very different world.
Quarterback Jaden Mayava, the redshirt freshman from Liberty, by the numbers, played his best game. According to PFF, he was a top 6 guy on the offense, and he graded out better in this game than the other games. We are going to have a situation, though, because Doug Brumfield is going to be healthy soon. The next game is up after a bye week in Reno. Here's what Odom said about Brumfield and his return.
Hey, he got a lot better last week throughout the course of the week. As the week went on, he got better and his health got better. So we'll get another injury report later on today in our staff meeting, and hopefully he'll be cleared. It was cleared to a point last week, but being cleared and being able to go play are two different things. Play at the level that you need to, especially at that position. So we'll see what tomorrow looks like and take it a day at a time.
Is he going to start a quarterback again, or is he going to have to?
Yeah, I think he's still proven in our minds he's been the starter, is the starter, and again I think we've got 3 quarterbacks that can play winning football.
I already got multiple why as a response to that video on social media. So Barry Odom saying basically Brumfield is cleared, that he'll go back to being the starter.
We also was kind of saying cleared and ready is 2 different things,
Right.
which leaves the door open to
It does.
making a decision that said,
Right.
you know what, let's give a little bit more time here. It will be tough to make that, as you said, 3 straight games, 40 points, playing well. If that continues and he's out a couple more games, it would be tough to make that switch.